hopefully these results will continue to carry over in the following weeks as the competition eventually gets better. For God's sakes, as we kept circling the Iowa game as maybe the first real test, but that's looking like that's the
Yeah, that's what you kept telling. Oh man, oh god, Kinnick. That's a snake pit, man,
what a
snake
bad. I
pit.
mean, look, it was terrible. I mean, terrible losses all around the country. But you talking about from a Big Ten perspective, what a bad day for the Big Ten West. Wisconsin losing, Nebraska losing. Like my God, Iowa losing.
Northwestern lost. They lost to
Northwestern
Duke.
lost. My God, like it's just a terrible day for the Big Ten West. Um, that's like literally the battle for the. I don't even know what to say. Like, dude, it may be whoever wins that side of the conference probably has 8 wins. The way it's looking right now, brother, is looking pretty bad.
That's rough. That is very rough. Also, so blank name is a regular viewer, is usually with us. Thanks for the comment. Puts that deep post to Cornelius Johnson is not even a pass Cade would have tried to complete. He would have thrown it to Bell running the short cross route. And I was thinking more of the Roman Wilson touchdown, kind of that first one. But even the Cornelius Johnson throw, do you think so? A, is that the play calling was different, or do you think just B, the decision maker was making more aggressive decisions? Like what option do you think it was today? Because I mean, I think we can all agree the offense didn't look like this last week. So what do you think it's more the reason for it looking different?
I thought it was a little bit of both. I mean, I thought that and as we talked
Hold
about
on,
this,
I'm gonna make you choose. You can't say both.
oh
It's
gosh,
got to be
okay.
either 51-49. It
I
can't
thought
be
it was play
50-50.
calling. I thought it was play calling because it
Okay.
goes back to what we talked about last week, um, in terms of I believe this staff calls plays differently for both quarterbacks based on their skill set. And so I just thought that the plays that they were calling for JJ allow for more threats, right? Deep threats down the field. Because think about it, especially if a defense isn't man, well, the more guys you get to take, the more guys that run down the field with your receivers, that's more lanes for JJ to check down, to take off and run. It gives you more options. So I thought it was more play calling than actual decision making. I didn't think there was a problem or a difference in like for example, Cade. I mean, Cade was either on the rest or even when he made a decision, he made a bad throw. He just slipped off. So I mean, I thought it was different play calling based on skill set.
You know what's interesting is I would probably go with B. I think it's the guy making the decisions. And the reason I say that is there was a specific play, and I'm about 99% sure JJ hit Ronnie Bell on like a crosser route. It was like a 5 yard cross. He's coming across the field, and he hit Ronnie right in stride. Ronnie's catching it, running down the field. It was a routine throw, but it was a really good throw. And I can remember vividly Cade having the same opportunity, the same type of route, the same type of throw last week, and he threw it behind the receiver. It was incomplete, and it just didn't. You know what I mean? It just didn't. Number one, it was incomplete, but it's just different. And I think, and there's a chance that some of these deeper routes and more aggressive play calls were called last week, but just the trigger man's not throwing the ball down the field. Like I think of all things, I think that's probably Cade's biggest issue. But the difficult part is that's also what probably kept him as QB1 last year. You know what I mean? Is because he was safe with the ball, he was risk averse, but at some point you have to throw the ball down the field because it takes so much pressure off your offense. To have that first drive, and maybe Hawaii's a bad example because we knew Michigan was going to win, but to have the first play of the game, you run the ball, get a really good gain, and then the second play you go for a 40-yard touchdown. Like, that's just, you're not having to march down the field and get to that end zone. You're getting it in chunk plays, and it just takes a lot of pressure off your team. And I just think that that's probably when it comes to this QB battle, which I do think is over. We can kind of talk about that next. Um, I think that's probably the reason that Cade ended up losing that battle was because he just does not push the ball down the field.